Hello friends, today we will be starting the chapter 8 Python from the CodeAIPlus book. So let's begin. What is Python? Python is a programming language. So what is a programming language? A programming language is a language, which is used by human beings to write the programs. And when they run on the computer, it get converted into the machine language. So why programming language comes in picture? Because computer understand only the binary code or the machine code. But that binary code, what is a binary code? That 1001 you must have learned into the first chapter, right? Number systems. So the machine, this binary code only, uh, I mean, computer can understand. Uh, and it is actually very difficult to write a code, program in such a machine code or a binary code. Human beings cannot, it is a very difficult, we can say. So there were a lot of research happened, and then the programming language comes in a picture. So there are many programming languages like a C, C++, Java, and Python nowadays, which is very famous. So each programming language have its own set of rules. Like we have English, German, Marathi, Hindi, different languages. If you want to learn any language, you need to understand their grammar, their syntax, correct, their rules. So it's not like if you learn the English, you can write or talk German, right? It is not possible. So you have to learn that specific language, the rules associated with that language. Same thing applicable to computer programming languages. So in this chapter, they have given what are the operators, statements uh, used in the Python, and how we can uh, write a program in a Python. Okay, so I will see everything through practical as well. But in this video, we will cover theory, and in next video, I will show you how we can do these things in a Python using a program. Okay, so let's begin. Uh, a program is a set of instructions which are executed in a sequential manner. What is a sequential manner? Sequential manner means, suppose I have written any program. So my first, there are three instructions. So my first instruction will first executed. When it will finish, then second will executed, then third will executed. So all the instructions needs to execute. uh, we will tell you through his example. Suppose I have to add the two numbers and store a value in a C and need to print a addition. So I will take two variables. A, I will store a value, suppose 10. In a B, I will store a 20, suppose. Given C equal to A plus B and print C. This is my program. So first A will be stored, then B, and then addition will be done, and then we will print value. So this is what a sequential manner. It is not always possible like you will have a program in a sequential manner. So in some situations, we have to change the order depending upon the conditions. Order of execution of a program based on the condition or a repetition of a statement until conditions are met. So what does it mean? Like suppose you have some condition. If your addition is more than 100, then print A, print hello, else print welcome. So suppose this is a condition, what you will do till our addition is done, it is a sequential. But after that, you need to write some code for a controlling the flow of the program. Like you will write if, in plain English, how you will do, you will say if C is greater than 100, print hello, else print welcome. Same way we will do in the programs as well. So these are called as a condition based control structure. Okay, conditional control structure. So therefore the control structures are used to control or change the flow of the execution. There are three basic control structures: sequential, conditional, and loop. Sequential control structure, what do you mean by it? A sequential control structure shows one or more actions following each other in order. Uh, the example we have seen of addition of a two number is a sequential. Action include input, process, and output. All actions must be executed, that is, none can be skipped. Example of actions are calculating totals and printing them. The programs you have learned in a previous class have followed the sequential control structure. Now conditional control structure. Conditional control structures tells the program which action to take based on a certain condition. We discuss if else, right? If the addition is more than 100, print hello, else print welcome. That is example of a conditional control structure. If else, elif, and nested if else come under this control structures. So Python uses this if else, these words, these statements for the conditional control structure. We will see, okay, in next videos. Loop. The loop control structure enables a program to perform one or more actions repeatedly as long as certain condition is met. So suppose I have given you a program like you have to add a 10, okay, into given number until that number become 10,000. So what you will do? You will write that many addition. No, what you will do? You will just keep on adding the 10 into the A, and you will just put one check, and then you will print. So this is what the loop control structure. But before going to program for this control structure, we need to understand though which are all the operators supported by the Python. Now each language have a support for the basic operators, but uh, every language gives some you know more extra. So we need to understand what kind of arithmetic operators supported by Python, what kind of other operators supported by the Python. So we will see this. Operators. What do you mean by operators? Operators are the special symbols that carry out arithmetic and logical computations. The values operated by operator are called operands. There are many types of operator in a Python like arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment, etc. So we'll first cover the arithmetic operator. We'll cover the theory first. We'll see what arithmetic operators are supported by Python. So here is a table given. Plus is for addition, and in example you can see this code. So this arrow and all, this is the uh, actually the syntax of the Python language. So don't worry, I will show you all this. Okay. So just now try to understand the what this operator uh, do and what is output if you use this operator. Okay. So plus is used for addition and a concatenation in a strings. What do you mean by concatenation? Joining two strings. So first 200 plus 45. So we'll just use the plus. It will give us output. If you want to join the two string like a good morning, so we'll write a good, then we'll use a plus and then morning. We can use good morning as it is, but in mm, programs, we come across the different strings and we need to use this operator over a string as well. So it seems to be very simple here. Okay. Next operator is subtraction. It is used for subtracting the numbers. Multiplication used for multiplication and replication in a string. Multiplication is for simple multiplication. What do you mean by replication in a string? Like suppose here it is given Python into 3. What output it will give? It will print Python 3 times. Okay, so this is a repetition. It is doing Python, Python, Python. Division. Division is used for the division, like normal divisions. Observe the output. It is a 7.0. If you observe the output of other operators, they are integers. But in case of a division, it is a float. This is called float number. Okay. Why the output of a division is a float? Because it is possible. Like the output is, for example, suppose if you do like 11 divided by 2. So what is the output? 5.5. So it will give you the complete output if you use a division operator with 11 and 2. We'll see that as well. Next operator is a double slash. Floor division, integer division. What do you mean by floor division or integer division? If you see like this is a simple example actually they have given. As we have seen in the previous, it is giving you the point 0. But if you do not want that point part, the part after the point, you can trim that and you can only print the integer. So for that purpose this floor is used. Okay, so if you use a simple division, the output will become 5.0 here, but if you are using a double slash, it will give you only the integer part. Modulus, what do you mean by modulus? This percentage operator, it will give you the remainder. If you divide 67 by 9, and if you just want remainder, it will give you 4. And in the floor division, it will just give the quotient. Okay, exponentiation, what is it? This is a double asterisk, like we do the square. Okay, cube. In that case, suppose I want the square of the 8, so I can write 8 into 8 or 8 raised to 2 I can do. So 8 2 asterisk 2, it will give you 64. This power, this after as 2 asterisk, you can use any power. Like suppose I want 8 raised to 10. So will you write 8 into 8 into 8 into 8 10 times? No. So using this 2 asterisk, our task become very easy. We will see this in the next video through practicals. The entire video will be the practical video for arithmetic operators. So thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe the channel, and do comment if any suggestions or if you want any improvement in the videos. Thank you so much.